Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to episode 5 of bdaCHAT, where we discuss digital insights and creative wisdom from around the world of marketing. I'm your host, Lee Williams, and joining me this morning, they're back. The Motley Crew they've been away, but they're back from strategy, back from Scotland. It's Camilla Shukba.
Hello.
And we also have joining us, as ever, it's the two Robbies from digital. One of which has just returned from the Tan Off, the yearly convention held in just outside of Newcastle. And the other has, slightly damaged his vocal cords from singing out loud that he's coming in the air tonight. He's back from seeing Phil Collins, obviously. It's the two Robbies. It's Steve Jarvis and it's Roberto Humphreys.
Hello. Good morning, good afternoon.
That's very kind of you.
Right, so I'm back from popular demand. It's El Capitano.
Hi.
It's Mr. David Knowles.
Hello.
Yeah. So this month, what are we talking about this month on bdaCHAT? We're talking about customer experience. But before we get to customer experience, we need to crack off with the news. So anyone got any news items that they would like to share with us this month?
It was Cannes last month, so it's just finished. So the Cannes Awards, so that is the Cannes Lion Awards, so the International Festival of Creativity. So it's worth a mention in here. So I'm going to put a link in the description of all of the finalists that won an award. But there was some really great stuff. And for those who haven't seen it, the MailChimp campaign is on there, and I'm a bit in love with that this month. So go and check it out. That's it.
Lovely stuff. Anybody else want any news items that they want to share? Sorry.
The iPhone turned 10 years old on the 29th of June.
10 years old.
So can you believe 10 years has passed since the advent of the smartphone, and look how it's changed all of our lives in that time. When at the time Motorola et al. Were saying how it was going to fail, and it's done quite the opposite, hasn't it? It's completely changed. Marketing completely changed the way that we live our lives today.
I wouldn't say it's changed much within its 10 years, though, for me. It kind of, once it was the iPhone, it's kind of the iPhone. There's your apps. There's in terms of the UI, in terms of the experience, the apps have changed.
Yeah, I think there's probably been more of an evolution to it. But you think when the first one came out, it didn't even have copy and paste at the time.
Did it not? No.
No.
It still is a little bit, drag your finger.
It's a little difficult to use sometimes, but these things have come on massively, and I know all of us in this room probably would struggle a little bit if it were taken away from us.
I think if I went back to I think it was a Sony Ericsson before that or something like that, I think I'd be ended up throwing it against the wall. I know a friend of mine had I think at the time, just before the iPhone went, it was the Nokia N95. I'm trying to remember here. And that seemed like a beast of a phone. Everyone was like, wow, that's a great phone. Yeah. And then the iPhone came out, and I think everyone dropped them like a shot when they realised exactly how beautiful this thing was. And I think it shifted so much sort of towards sort of the style and the grace of the phone rather than just being able to send a text. And
Was it the iPod Touch was first, or was it the iPhone?
I think the iPod Touch was first.
Yeah, I remember I got one of those at the time, and I was absolutely fascinated with the cover flow and just slow.
It had the wheel, didn't it?
Yeah,
no, the iPod Touch did. That was
like the iPhone without the phone part.
Because the iPod Classic is still sort of that wheel thing was all part of the.
The click, 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 click noise.
Yeah.
It was. I remember I had my U2 one. We had little U2 features on the back. I sold it on eBay, but it was great. I loved it. And then I had an iPod Touch.
I had a pager. Man. You had to phone up a lady and give her a message, and then she would type it and put it into your pager. Very cool.
So a real person had to type those messages?
Yeah. You called up a lady, woman, and said, "This is my message to this number," and then she'd put it in, and then the person would receive the text
people
message.
now out of jobs. Just all these little
pager
people.
That's what they did.
Ex-pager people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, the iPhone, the iPod. 10 years is still going strong. I still think it's the best phone out there.
I do want to try the Pixel though. I have to say.
Do you?
Pixel, yeah, I want to try it.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's the investment though, isn't it? It's the cost that you've got to then.
Getting out of the
I'd hate to then jump ship and then get onto a device that, how does this work? Or how does? But then I guess you've got to learn something new. I think now I've just become lazy. Like if the wife says I need new phones, it's like, it's an iPhone.
But not only that,
Even
you become
way.
centric to everything, don't you? So if I like the Google phone, but if I was to go Google, then I think, okay, there's certain other elements in my home that perhaps need to change to make it more of a seamless experience when I'm at home.
It's funny how, although actually the UI of an iPhone is seamless, the actual interaction of Apple's apps are awful. If you even to this day trying to get stuff off of an iPhone or an iPad, I find just stupid. Why they can't just have their file? Why can't they have Finder? Why can't you drag and drop?
Is it me, or is iTunes ridiculously hard to use?
Yeah, iTunes.
I have
Apple
to
ID.
Google it every time. How do I change my subscription? Why is it that hard?
Or to Apple Music.
Yeah, Apple Music, whatever it is. We have your subscriptions to your apps. It's stored on your iTunes account. It's difficult.
Well, they bury that so that it's the same with Xbox Live.
Of
They
course.
bury it so you can't actually unsubscribe. But
So
the
the
Apple
iPhone-
ID is just, and that's another one. If you log in with the Apple ID, everything goes to the cloud, and then you get a new phone, you type all your Apple ID stuff in, and nothing works. It's like great.
So the iPhone is 10 years old. We've all got one. We all love it, but hate it at the same
Exactly,
time.
that's my point. I don't understand it.
We
It's
hate
10
the
years
thing.
old, it's great, but then, you still haven't sorted out iTunes, you still haven't sorted out Finder. But it's great.
We love it. We won't
So you
share
get
it.
the next one.
And it's a good segue into what we've got to talk about today as well, customer
Customer
experience.
customer
talking about
experience. Because
the iTunes stuff.
the iTunes stuff, and the fact that it is just absolutely... Just Spotify, anyway, dropping it out there. So, sorry, Rob, have you got a news on?
No, I haven't this month actually.
Oh, I thought you did.
I did, but we got caught up on this, and it's quite boring.
So I thought, sorry. So then that does indeed take us into customer experience, and so you've got a definition of what customer experience is.
Yes, I have, and it isn't a definition I've come up with myself. It's Forrester Research, and they define customer experience as how customers perceive their interactions with your company. I mean, do we all agree with that? Is that what we see customer experience as? How your customers perceive their interactions with your company?
Yeah, I think that's a fairly fair comment to try and...
It's broad.
To bring it down to a few words. It is certainly how customers see each company as a whole, I think. And
I think it's expanding, isn't it? I
Yeah.
think customer experience has something that wasn't really... There it is. Use it. If you like it, great. If you don't, we don't care anyway, to a degree. And now I think more people have... I think Amazon reviews, I think for me that's where... Because you understand so much more about a product, and people now, I don't go and buy anything unless I've actually seen somebody review it. And it's got to a stage now where we've got some, we have a training allowance here at bdaCHAT, and we're looking to go on some training, but I won't go on it until I've found someone that's been on it and told me it is good, because otherwise I'm not prepared to risk. You want to know from real hand experience, from real people experience, what they actually think of something. And I think customer experience is something that is... I think that's something where brands have got to look more at in terms of, well, what do actual people really think about what we're doing? How do they perceive us?
Do you know, for me, it's more about ease when I think of customer experience. So almost like you don't even think about it. All you do is you go on, say, Spotify, whatever, and go, God, that was easy. And that's it. That's all your only thought is, that was a really nice process. And I've got what I wanted, and I'm off, and then that's it. And that consistency of a brand as well, whether it's, we'll touch on it later, whether it's in-store, online, on an app, or just to have that same message. It's really subtle to kind of go, I understand what that brand's about, really subtly, and I can get from A to B really easily, and they understand what I want.
Yeah.
In my mind, that's it.
I think as consumers, we all kind of judge customer experience by that part you said. How much effort did it take me to achieve what I wanted to achieve? And I think that's the key bit. That's what we judge it on.
And do I understand the brand?
Yeah.
Does it make sense of why I'm here? Is it because it's price competitive? Is it because it's about an experience? Is it for me?
And you're also looking for these moments of truth, aren't you? All the way through. A particular company or brand or product stands for something generally. And you're looking for those moments of truth at those touch points, i.e. you go onto their website, you call their call centre, you go into the store, whatever it is, you use the mobile app. You're looking for the brand, the product, to be reflected in that experience, in that moment of truth when you're actually interacting with it. And that, if we talk about the website of things, and what Rob does, and Rob's do over there. Customer experience is a massive thing. You know, the ability to get something from point A to point B in the most seamless, well-oiled way is what it's all about.
It certainly from sort of the digital landscape perspective, if you can prevent a lot of those sort of pain points along the way, even the small sort of pain points, you're achieving a better customer experience, because the more pain points there are, the more the possibilities that person is going to be interrupted within their journey, or may even be put off, entirely from your product or brand. So it's as much about the experience as a whole, ensuring that there's consistency across a brand, but also about expectancy as well. I think user expectancy and customer expectancy is a huge thing. I know Google rank expectancy high amongst their what they try to achieve in terms of customer experience, and certainly that's the key whenever we're talking about experiences, that there's expectancy for the user or customer throughout that journey. And that's certainly from a web point of view, that if we're going to suggest something in terms of a design or a pattern, then it should perform that request that the user's sort of input is. So again, it's about ensuring consistency and experience is seamless. As long as that's seamless from offline to online, then you're already beginning to create a good customer.
I think so many people's clients, for example, work in these little segments where they want an app, or they want a website, or they want and actually all those questions that we need to ask beforehand are so important and so key. Well, who are you talking to? What personas are they? And how are you targeting them differently? And what message are you giving to them? And all those things are so important. Even if it's just one element of that, it's just got to fit in with everything else.
Yeah, because does customer experience often rewind back to the very beginning of what is our brand ethos? I know you touched on it at the start there. What is our brand ethos? What are our key messages? Then on top of that, building on that to make every experience kind of fall somewhere in line with those. And I know we were just having a chat the other day, and we were talking about Nike, and it was about innovation and customer first and cutting edge. But everything that they create, whether it's online or the actual products in the trainers or the football boots they create, it's always ticking off at least one or two of those boxes. So they're constantly living that experience or replicating that experience of their values. And I think they're a really good example. I think a lot of the successful brands, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I've got an example to bring up. It's Harvey Nichols, and they had a lady, I can't pronounce her first name, but her surname is Halliwell, and she went in there recently, a few years ago now, and Harvey Nichols, the department store in London, were on the Which Consumer rankings, and they were position 23. And then within 3 years, they did a lot of activity around customer experience. Within 3 years, they're now slot number 3. So they've, upped their game massively. That's to the likes of John Lewis, etc. And all she did is she went in and she said, the customers don't know what Harvey Nichols is about. The people who work here don't really understand what Harvey Nichols is about. So what we need to do, she did lots of mystery shopping and all of that in store. What we need to do is we want to find out what that is, tell them, train them, so there's consistency across the brand. You go in store, whether you're on makeup or whether in your beauty, it's all the same experience. Whether you go on our award app, they've got beacon technology in store, so when they're walking through, they get 10% off, they get a free coffee, this is in the same tone, the same tongue-in-cheek that their advertising is on TV, and it's all so consistent and thought about. She's done an amazing job in 3 years, but it does start at that very beginning point of, well, who are we, what are we to our customers, and what are we to our staff, and let's get that sorted out, and then we can build on that.
Because they are the two major elements for me in customer experience, is perception and interaction.
Yeah.
So it's how we perceive the brand or the products, and then how we interact with them. So whether it's picking up the phone and having that dealing with customer service, whether it's going online and being able to find what you're looking for easily, or whether you've got a complaint in the way that's handled. And I think they are the two major factors. How you perceive the brand and how you interact with the brand will drive your satisfaction level in terms of customer experience.
We've all been there. We've all gone in store and had an amazing experience. And then you go online, you're like, oh my God, look at their website. Really? Is this them? It doesn't look anything like them. It doesn't talk like them. And it switches you off.
But the same vein, going back to the conversation we just had about the iPhone, does there become a point then that actually we will kind of oversee some of the small problems that we have, like iTunes, for example, just because we're so brand centric around Apple.
Because they do everything else so well. And their story is so good.
So actually, is the customer experience can the customer experience still be bad and yet you still drive customers to you? Because
I guess because they've got such a good product, you forgive them. There's a lot of forgiving. I forgive them for iTunes. It bounces on my desktop every day. I'm like, oh my God. Whenever I open my laptop, there it is, iTunes, and I hate it. But I forgive them because the rest of the products I use is, it's good and it's seamless and they've got a story.
Or is it because there's that switching cost?
I've invested
time,
in them. A lot of time and money.
Time investment. That if they've launched with a product like that, maybe they wouldn't be doing as well as they are now.
It's like a problem child. You've raised them, but they can be really bad. You've invested in them, but you're stuck with them.
How very maternal.
So the customer experience also, I don't know how many times we've been into a store or online or rung up a call centre, and what you see on screen or what you see in this nicely ordained shop is not what you get when you deal with the sales representative or the call centre person. But then you hear of these magical moments where there was the example of Sainsbury's with the tiger bread, and the little girl said, well, it looks more like giraffe bread. And so then you got the customer service representative writing a letter back with a voucher and writing it in the same tone back to the little girl. And then there was a nice example from Lego as well, where a little boy lost a Lego character from Ninjago in a Sainsbury's as well. He wrote an email to Lego saying, I've lost this character. I spent all my Christmas money saving up for this particular set, and my dad said not to take it with me shopping, but I did anyway, and I lost it. Any chance of another one? And Lego have emailed back, having consulted with Sensei Wu or something, who's one of the Ninjago characters, saying, yes, of course, if somebody's willing to spend all their Christmas money on Ninjago, Lego, J, whatever his name was, we'll send you another one of those. And this is a special one of those. And here's a bad guy to go with it so that they can fight one another. But next time, listen to your dad. He's very wise. It was just really nicely done. And these little moments, again, moments of truth where the individual really lives by the virtues of whatever brand it is, that actually then creates the stories, that then goes into your social media and creates that ultimately something which could be more of a viral nature, and really helps sell your company or your brand or your product.
I think, that's quite an interesting point, because what you said there about the social media aspect, because I think there's a lot of brands and a lot of companies who still approach customer experience in a traditional way. The movement of customer experience has expanded so rapidly with online, with mobile experiences, with social media, that no longer is it just about a physical shop or a phone call to a call centre and trying to work out the differences between the two. It's so much more. There's so many more touch points now. That it's not. It has to be consistent everywhere.
Well, I think the social media aspect has made it harder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they don't know how to deal with it. To be fair, they still deal with it the same way. It's like, I can only speak from experience, and I like the fact that I can get in touch with people or brands. Like, mine's quite simple things. Like, I'll always tweet Sainsbury's. I'll say, have you got any of this in stock? Normally it's something to do with Nintendo. And I'll tweet them and they'll go, yeah, we've got one of them. And I'll be like, yeah, cheers for that. I'll be down, But their tone is always good. But then on the other hand, you've got people like Virgin Media. If you contact them through social, they're like, yeah, fill in our online form.
That's bad.
And that's just it. And that's as far as it goes. And all they want to do,
actually of Virgin for doing that.
They want to catch you, and they want to shut. You feel like they want to catch you and just shut you up. And stop tweeting. Here you go. We've dealt with you. Go through this.
They do.
And that's it. And then that's as far as it goes. And all that happens is you get vetted. And I found that, especially with Virgin, you find there's all these people that start retweeting because they got so fed up of Virgin not actually doing anything. They pretend to do something, but they don't actually do it. They just put you through to this channel. Have you contacted a hotline? Have you? Oh yeah, your call number that I have to sit on hold for half an hour before I get through to someone. Yeah, that's great. So that goes on social. So they don't deal with any of it.
I think people, when social first started to become a customer service channel, which some brands do it so amazingly well. So like they'll set up a Twitter handle just for ASOS customer service, for example. Then ASOS will be more about their clothes and what they're offering and their, their service, etc. So keeping it separate is a really good idea if you've got something like a consumer brand product. But I remember when it first happened, everyone was like, oh my God, we can't do this online. We want to take it offline. We don't want customers talking online. It's like, well, now people are embracing it a little bit more and going, actually, we could make this really good. And it's people like Virgin, obviously, who fell down in that instance. You don't want to call us on this number. You want a bit of interaction online as well.
You want someone to actually,
to
like,
go,
what's the problem?
Oh my God, I get
How can we help you?
You must be really annoyed.
Yeah.
Let us see what happens. We're going to contact you on blah, blah, blah. And do it that way. I think people are getting better at it.
And I think the other point is people don't expect perfection, do they?
No.
You look through Amazon reviews, TripAdvisor, you expect there to be a bad review in there or someone not to like it.
If you put your hand up and go, oh, our bad, that was really crap, we did really badly, you go, okay, because they've listened. That's all they need to do.
Yeah,
It humanises.
Yeah.
We talk about humanising brands a lot here. And sometimes humans make mistakes. We all do.
People
and
quite
if a
like
brand
it.
can say, "Do you know what? We got that wrong on this occasion. This is what we're going to do, though, to make your next experience or to make up for what we did."
Yeah.
And that's the way to manage those.
And I think brands were so scared of that for such a long time.
Yeah, it's about being authentic, and I know that's a word that gets bandied around quite a lot. But it's about being authentic. You can't be authentic if you don't make mistakes.
No, but also people do want a quick response as well on social media. I think someone said a stat the other day. It used to be like an hour. Within an hour, you expect a reply.
Well,
now it's like 10 minutes.
You should say that. I have a statistic here. Seamless. Yeah, there is a stat, and basically it's saying that within the space of a generation, consumer expectation reflex has truncated from 10 days down to only 10 minutes. Expectation is when I ask something or I make an inquiry or I make a complaint or I order something, I expect some sort of response, not in 10 days, not in 10 hours, I expect it back in 10 minutes. And that's where we're at the moment. I think with the advances in technology and services on offer, I find customer service for a lot of brands and a lot of companies in a state of flux.
Yeah.
There's all this change going on. It's how do we embrace it? How do we deal with those tweets coming into us asking that? How do we deal with complaints through the website? And it is a very difficult time, and consumer expectation is shifting constantly.
Yeah, I've gone on the days when I'm happy with just sending an email to a brand. I want live chat. That's my number one go-to over social media, actually. I want someone to talk to me within a couple of minutes. I can go, this is my issue, because I can go into more detail there, and I want it resolved quickly.
Companies investing a lot of time into chat, live chat. Not just by having a sort of human live chat, but also AI chat as well. So you may find that the AI is conversing with you initially, and then you get moved on to somebody once they filtered out exactly what it is that you want. So,
but I think people don't realise how good that AI
is now.
They don't realise. Because you talked about it the other day, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's brilliant.
Yeah. It's incredibly sophisticated in what can be done in terms of a chatbot these days, and you do think you're dealing with a human person, but a human person, but actually it's all artificial intelligence.
And then it creates other issues for marketeers as well in terms of what personality does your chatbot have to have?
Yeah.
How do you want it to talk to people?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What should and shouldn't it say?
And the same with virtual assistants as well. So all this voice technology. I know we spoke ages ago about the woman who worked for Pixar, and she was brought in by Google to actually say, well, what's this personality of Google Home? Because it needs to have a personality. And when you ask it questions, those quick fire funny ones that they come back with, people love. Just what is that personality? And it's just...
And that rolls
I
out,
love that.
sort of bringing it back round to that full service of customer experience. That tone of voice has to reflect across everything that you experience on all the touch points. And if you get it wrong at any point, you feel like you're dealing with a different company, or you're not feeling that you're being loved as much as...
You're like, what?
That's when you start getting those pain points creeping.
Apple haven't got one of those yet, have they?
No. It's
I wonder
coming.
what their tone of voice Apple's will be, because I
It's
find
just Siri, isn't it?
I feel Google's more quirky. Amazon's just as is Alexa, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's all right. She's a bit sassy.
Yeah, she's sassy. So Google's are kind of like quirky. Amazon's sassy. Where does Apple fit in that?
Don't know.
I'm interested to see what theirs is like.
So Lee, in terms of video, given that that's your
Bag.
area of speciality, where does that sit in with all the customer experience chat that we've been having this morning?
I think it goes back. I think for me and customer experience videos, I think it's tone of voice for me. It's getting rid of all the waffly rubbish that you don't need in a video, and just speaking about true stories, about making things count, and appreciating that people ain't got a lot of time. They don't want a 3-minute video that's gonna go on further and not really say anything but say loads of nothing. And I think you kind of want a video that's to the point, and then allow people to then feel that they've been spoken to directly, rather than just being an overall piece, and then allow them to go and find out more about a product or a service if they want to. So dig deep. It's sort of like a breadcrumb trail.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
Do you find, though, I think with videos, we've reached that point with videos that people understand the power of videos. They're using videos on their site to engage a lot more, so whether it's through shopping or brand engagement. But it's almost a bit like apps were 10 years ago when the iPhone was launched. Everyone wanted an app because that was the new thing. They realised that there could be some uplift there by having an app. Now brands are thinking, well, we just need a video because that's going to create uplift, but not really thinking about it. And what they actually need is more of a solution rather than just...
I think with video as well is they want everything in that video, just like the app would have been.
Yeah.
I've got to say everything in this one video because it's a video and we're spending a bit of money on it, so let's put the whole lot in. And then it destroys the video, really.
Well, I think everybody everybody raves about the content that's good, because the content that's good has a story, and video that doesn't have a story it will never be any good, because there's no investment in it. There's no it's like 17th of July, Game of Thrones is coming back. That's got a story to it. We're all hooked in. We're all like, yeah, tell me more about that. And it's the same with any. And then sometimes there's the retelling of a story that can go over the top, and that story far too much. Spider-Man's coming back, and we know that story, but they're not going to retell that story. They're going to tell a different story. So people are interested. They're interested in stories, and they're interested in real life. And that's why vlogs have taken off as much as they have, because it's real people, and it's the real people's real experiences, not the. I think as much as I love the GoPro videos, they have become a little bit of a. I love the way they're cut together, and I love the music and the passion that's in them. But there is a point where it's just like, yeah, I'm never going to go film that with a GoPro,
because it's unrealistic.
It's just unrealistic.
Yeah.
I want something that I know that I can get out and like, oh look, my kids learn how to walk quick. I don't have to go through 15 menus.
Maybe they should do a more real version, like just something.
GoPro real, go real. But yeah, I think for me that's where I always want to watch a video and the user experience be left with something, be left with an emotion, be uplifted, be ooh.
Makes me think of that $1 Million Shave Club. You know the video they did?
Yeah,
which I still really like. I still really like it. But if you look at their tone of voice in that video, it's very, there's lots of bleepers, so I can't say how they talk. But their website's the same. Like, everything is exactly the same. And they're doing another video now. They got bought out as a company. And they had to keep that ethos. So the new company that came in had to be exactly the same with the F-bombs and that's just how they talk. And if you go, it's just so consistent. And that's not real. It's a story, but I like the story and it makes me laugh. So sometimes you don't have to be realistic. It doesn't have to be about real people. You can just have that emotion as you were talking about. Oh, that's funny. It makes me laugh. It's comical. You're not too serious.
You just need the quirkiness. I think it's quirky characters. I think sometimes if you've got a character, if you've got someone that you can present and say, here you go with this. I think you can build videos around people. You can build... look at Kind of Funny.
Or like, I don't know, Captain Morgan, like the Rum. That all their content is around that personality of Captain Morgan. He's a bit cheeky, he's a bit... It's a different way of looking at it.
Because there's that new insurance advert with that guy. He's Scandinavian, and it's all about him. And
I've not seen that one.
Again, that's just come out, and they're building the whole brand around him now.
So this isn't the moustache?
No.
It's not good? Okay.
No.
Go
Crazy
I
to do
can't
the same
have to
sort
look
of
it up.
thing. Those are meerkats, I suppose, those, but...
But is that response to just interest rather than actually creating an experience? That's seeing traction come from sort of the adverts. Think, oh, well, hang on, we could make a campaign out of this, but it's not pre-thought. There's no strategy there behind it to do that in the first place. They're just looking to see how the markets react and how their potential users and customers react, and then think, okay, they're hooking into this. Can we now make an experience around this that will work for us? Based on what we're seeing happening with this campaign. And I think a lot of brands react like that, perhaps maybe a little bit naively, they don't seem to have that strategy behind them to work out exactly what it is they want to try and achieve. They're just looking to see which idea works, throw a few sort of rocks in the air. Okay, which ones are hitting people? Okay, we can start looking at that side
I think
of things.
with video, it's easy to be not bold.
Yeah.
It's harder to be bold with video. And if you're
think
bold,
that's with
if
everything
you,
as
if
well
you
in
create,
marketing.
but then to be fair with it, then if you create a wave, then great. But sometimes you can create a bad wave. But with video, it's more expensive to be. It's far easier to say, well, here's a PDF about a product. Can we just make a video based on this PDF? Which is unfortunately what we have to do a lot of. And it is like but there's no. Sometimes there's not the financials there to say, well, let's go and be a bit adventurous. Let's go and do this. Let's go and strap a camera to the back of the van and be a bit daring.
And it's different kind of daring. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy, like doing crazy things that are off-brand. Or daring could be filming, I don't know, one of those adverts where it's about truth, where it's about the Dove campaign, for example, or any of those, where that's daring for them. At one point, they would have gone, oh, we're telling the truth, rather than it has to be silly or wacky or it doesn't have to be those things. It needs to still fit your brand because it's about the customer
Well, maybe it's about how
experience.
you want a customer to feel at the end of it.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to say, right, this is how people perceive our brand. If they're going to watch a video about our brand, how do we want them to be? How do we want them to feel at the end of it? Do we want to change their perception of us, or do we want to sell a product? Or because sometimes you don't need to sell a product, you just need to sell the brand and just change people's perception.
Look at 3 Mobile with the giraffe / unicorn / whatever. And before that, they had the pony and they just do their wacky bits. But it's 3 Mobile. When you see those adverts now, you're like 3 Mobile straight away. They become that.
It's funny because going back to iPod, when iPod first did their videos were not about their products. If I remember right, their videos were about colour and about black and white people white silhouettes of people jumping around with earbuds and stuff. It wasn't about the product.
It's a lifestyle.
Now it's about slow-mo 3D visuals of a phone turning, and then a little small print. We've removed certain procedures.
It's gone from this is a lifestyle product which all the cool kids have to this is what it does. This is a demonstration video, and they show like 3D pictures.
It's 3 millimeters thin.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Which
it will bend.
Which is a shame because it's all too dry and. You want to feel a bit like when you're purchasing something like a new device or moving to a new brand because of something. You want to feel part of that brand. You want to feel that you're moving into something that means something rather than just because it's 3 mils thinner and has a higher resolution or faster in some way.
Could I just throw in a stat before we wrap up this section? Because I think it's nearly time to wrap up. And I think it's quite a nice wrap up. So I read this the other day. 80% of CEOs believe they offer a superior customer experience. Only 8% of their customers agree. And I think this is a really important fact that we all have to take on board. We all have a warped perception of the customer experience that we offer. The thing that we have to do is actually talk to our customers and listen to what they say, and not just be judges of our own brand. Let them judge it for us. Listen to what they're saying. And there's ways of doing that, and whether that's the Net Promoter Score, whether that's customer satisfaction score, but listen to these, understand what they think of your brand, what they think of the customer experience, and act on it.
Well, just continue. It's funny how you don't see a lot of brands asking customers what they think. Well, so they've got social media. It's always the other way around.
You
tell us what you think. Well, actually, put it out there. What do you think about us?
It comes top down, and it should come from customer. Put that customer first. It's customer's king.
Yeah, reviews, surveys. Don't shy away from it. It will only make you better if you listen to it.
Well then, customer experience, bdaCHAT number 5, almost done. Of course, that's what we're all tuned in for. The quiz. Right.
I think I'm winning on this, aren't I?
No, you're not. No.
Cheating on this.
We've got Cheating Camilla on...
Oh, rolls the tongue.
I think she's on 2.
2.
No, what?
I'm pretty sure you're on 2.
What are these guys on?
I think you're on 3.
3
Okay.
or 4. But
3.
let's go for 3. Keep it interesting.
David, I think you're on...
What is this total score?
I think you're on 2. 3.
It's all about... It's very similar.
You must... Anyway.
I don't know.
So the quiz.
Good
we're
game.
we're going to figure out exactly who... I'm pretty damn sure you two in the lead.
Yeah, we are.
Right, so... The usual BDA quiz is a slogan game. It hasn't changed much. Here we go. Round 1. Remember? Question and 4 possible answers. Pick which one you think is the correct slogan. Okay, slogan 1. A little dabble, do ya? Was it A, Tipex? 2, Brill Cream? 4, Heinz salad cream? And 3, this is embarrassing, that the preemptive text has changed what I was going to put into something else.
Oh.
So it now, rather than it says something else. So we'll go.
Can you not read it?
It says salon, which means absolutely nothing.
No, it doesn't.
So it's either 1, so it's out of 3, sorry. So this one's out of 3. 1 Tipex, 2 Brill cream, or 3 Heinz salad cream. So a little dab will do you.
I think salad cream.
I'm going salad cream as
I
well.
think salad cream.
I'm going Tipex.
So if you're going for Tipex, you roll. Salad cream, you roll.
Oh,
It was Brill cream.
Oh, 'cause
Wow.
you don't need much.
Wow, you
Moving
know, Brill cream.
on
There
off.
we go.
Okay, round 2.
How many
Right.
rounds have we got, just so that I know?
Just 4.
Okay.
4 rounds. Same as usual. Okay, here we go. Gather round the good stuff. Was it 1? Pizza Hut.
That is good stuff.
2. Taco Bell. 3 Doritos. Or 4 Hellman's.
I think it's Hellman's.
I'm going Hellman's as well. I'm just copying you.
I'm going Doritos.
Doritos, Hellman's.
What are the other ones? Sorry.
Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. If
I'm
you
gonna-
think about it, I didn't realise it, but actually it's in there. Actually, it does tell you.
What?
Well, you can't say that now. Just
sorry.
your answer, please.
So it's either Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Doritos, or Hellman's.
I'm going to go...
The pressure.
I'm going to pizza. I'm just going to go pizza.
You're gonna have Pizza Hut.
No.
Ka-ching. Pizza. Gather round.
That's what I was thinking, sharing the pizza. I think I'm winning now. actually.
So that's no. So you're on the lead so far. So question 3. Good to the last drop.
I've
I know
heard
this
this.
one.
We don't know this one, do we? We know this one. Okay.
I
So
know
is
this
it
one.
one? Is it 1 Castrol motor oil? Is it 2 Paul Newman's dressings? Is it 3 turtle wax? Or is it 4 Maxwell House?
I'm going to answer last, because I know.
Come on, David.
What was the one before Maxwell House?
Turtle wax.
That'll do. I love that one.
What's the first one?
Castrol motor oil.
It's not that, is it?
Oh, that.
Can you
We
go?
do.
I think it was the oil, but I'm not sure. I've heard it, but I can't.
So which one are you going for?
Place it.
Castrol
I'm
motor
going
oil.
to go for Castrol.
Castrol motor
I'm
oil.
going for the last one.
I'm going for Castrol motor oil.
You're going for Castrol
That's
motor oil.
100% that.
You're going for
Turtle wax.
turtle wax, and you're going for
And the last one.
Maxwell House.
Mm.
You're on a stormer.
I'm like to bluff my way out of this.
100% it's Castrol.
I'm done with this podcast.
Last one. So you're on 2.
No, I was on 2 before.
No, you're on 2 now.
Okay.
You're on 2 now. 2 now. You're on 2 now.
On 4.
Last one. Oh, what a feeling. Was it 1? Number 1, Toyota. 2, Durex. 3, Wilkinson Sword. Or 4, Always Sanitary Towels. Oh, what a feeling. I actually can't remember which one. Oh,
I'm just saying number 1.
so you're going with number 1, Toyota.
Yeah.
I'm going with number 3.
Wilson Sword.
Wilkinson Sword, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was a feeling.
That was a feeling.
I think I'm going
Go on,
with 3.
David. Say Durex. I know you want to.
Just to mix it up, I'll go for that one then.
What one?
What one?
Durex.
Say it.
Durex.
I have no idea what they make.
3.
Paint.
3, Sword, no. Durex, no, unfortunately. Sanitary Towels, no. It was Toyota.
Yes.
Oh,
So 2, 1.
1.
Zero.
I didn't. I got 0 today.
I got 0.
0.
Keep it interesting.
In terms of moving this forward, I should write the scores down. Cam 2.
We're doing it right here.
Yeah, we're going to do that now, are we?
Well, sorry for that. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for joining us on what is July 4th of bdaCHAT. If you want to get in touch with us, you can hook us up at thinkbda. That's our Twitter handle. Also, you can find us on Facebook, which is pretty much promoted on our lovely BDA site. Lovely stuff. Thanks very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next month.
Thank you.
Cheerio!
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.